this month's Dream Wave, June. I hope you guys enjoy this after the horrors of last month's full moon in Scorpio. I'm sure many of you are still feeling the effects of that and its amplification, which I had noted on May 19th. That's when I think that was the T-square with Jupiter and Mars and Pluto, all in early fixed signs basically on the fixed cross. And I know a lot have felt the intensity of that. Things should calm down this month as the sun goes through the gates of Gemini. And most of the Pluto hits to the moon this month will actually be very initiating and powerful. And so I'm going to go right to my document. June 2023 Dreamwave Forecast, Astrology and Human Design. What I do is I go through the specific human design gates of Gemini, and this is where the sun will be passing this month. And I'm kind of in too much darkness, so I'll give a little light there, or give into a little light. And as such, we will go through each gate. Each gate is an energy field. It's like a vanishing point in our holographic field. And we all feel that as we walk into each other's auras. We feel these gates open and close, just as we feel the centers are open and closed receptor points for conditioning, unless they have definition. But that's more so the human design. So the dream wave forecast, my heart remembers through flame. The planets are the dream symbols of the dream, the narration of our fevered dreamscape construct. The chart is the space-time traces out for our journey. We speak our law in verse and rewrite in creatrix. The purpose of life is to play out what we do not yet understand, and then to remember back into ourselves each and every shard of memory with charges released and energy returned to us. Time carves out the space where we dictate our verse, waiting as we choose what is correct for us. We are simultaneous incarnations, earthers, and we wait for the steady realizations of truth that we are energy, amorphous and illimitable, and that is all. We'll start out, today is May 25th. So in 2 days, the sun will go into gate 16, and this will be a Gemini gate, zest, slown, that's not a word. Let's just say slowly. Move slowly and create deliberate action. Mastery with the philosophy of slowness and repetition. Gate 16 is being able to focus on a hobby and consistently master it, which means being able to consistently focus and practice whatever this discipline is every day. So it's a good time for that, to start a hobby or continue a hobby, or start one actually. Yeah. And gate 16 is also the recognition of talent in oneself as much as it is around others as well, or noticing the talents of others. On June 2nd, this will be next week, next Thursday or Friday, Gate 35 is my experience. Adventures abound with evocations of emotional fire. You know and do not know all. So this is the time Gate 35 always wants to have their experience, just like 36. So in this case, having adventures is really good for the 35. Otherwise, it can get stuck in seeking out with extreme behaviors and extremes. And so it's a good time to have adventures. Around this time, the day after the full moon, there'll be a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, and that's Gate 5. Tell your story of possibilities. A good time to share things. And Gate 5 is also about your daily rituals. Then we move on June 8th to Gate 45. This is distribution. This is about the community. This is about leading from one's throne and bringing together the greatest number of the community to benefit from something. So this is like the energy of the king or the queen taking care of their community and making sure as many people as possible share in what is gained. And then we move on June 14th to Gate 28. Sorry, Gate 12. And this channel is about expression of emotions through the art of communication. When time is right, share for the transformation. And Gate 12 is one of the emotional channels. And so it's very sensitive to how things are communicated. And it's about timing during this time. And this is June 14th to June 20th, which is going to be a very powerful time next month. It's around I think it's the Pluto-Jupiter sextile. I'll come back to that. On June 20th, we have Gate 15, compassion, act out your extremes or trust your own rhythm. So with Gate 15, people can get caught up in the space of their own extremes, acting out extreme behavior, or just in trusting their own kind of discordant rhythm. And that's going to be June 20th to June 26th. And then the final gate of the month is Gate 52. 52 is right below the 9 on the human design graph. It's one of the vortex channel gates. And this one is about the ability to stay still. So see if you can, during the end of the month, see if it feels like you can process most of the days of the month, maybe sit in kind of a meditation space and see what memories come to you to clear. The 52 gives you that capacity to stay still for those of you who have the ADD, ADHD kind of trouble. Sometimes it's because you don't have Gate 52. And so a nice time to observe that. Maintain and sustain your focus despite overwhelm in stillness. Again, as usual, I leave the reminder here that time is not returning. Pluto retrograded in May, and it will not go back into Aquarius until next year, January of next year. And so Pluto will be backing into into Capricorn, 29 degrees. Right now, I think it's still 0 Aquarius, moving backwards. So right now we're in the post Mercury retrograde, we're in the shadow period, and we'll get out of the shadow as June begins. And it'll be a great time to get paperwork done. Saturn and Pisces, patiently building. Pluto retrogrades, ruler of Scorpios, powers down. Mend the heart, purge old fears. Old fears will no longer have the power they've had, and those can be let go of. June 3rd is the lunar full moon, 13 degrees in Sag. I mentioned that already. It's going to be a full moon about kind of needing to tell your story, needing to get the energy out. Energy could feel stuck during this time. And this was in gate 35. No, gate 5. Yeah, the full moon lunar eclipse will be in gate 5. So it's about your daily rituals and as such. Venus is going to enter Leo, my favorite place for Venus, June 5th. Safety, loyalty, affirmation for the vulnerable heart. Watch ego excesses and enjoy and laugh. Jupiter will go into Taurus. Fortunes abound, but for whom? Or Jupiter's already in Taurus. It'll continue to be in Taurus for the next couple of years. Walk, stretch, dance, and move the body. Taurus is kind of the body of us, of the earth, of humanity. And so Jupiter's expanding. So, watch your appetites. Jupiter sextile Saturn. Yeah, not Pluto. Jupiter sextile Saturn on June 19th. Fortune and timing, powerful manifestations, perfecting time. So this is a really powerful time. June in general is a month, this year is a month where if there's anything we had to put on the back burner, if there's anything we weren't able to focus on and really get done that we needed to get done, this is the time to do it. This is time to push things forward. Only Pluto's in retrograde. Mercury's back direct. So any specific manifestations you want to put forward, now's the time to push them through. Gemini's quick. That's Mercury. And all things to do with communication, words, projects, presentations, all of that is in power right now. Mars and Leo, I have the interpretation down here, infectious courage. And then on the 19th of the month, there'll be a new moon in Taurus, 28 degrees, sowing seeds of substance. The disturbing days of this month is going to be near the end of the month. There will be a Mars-Uranus square, and this is June 25th and June 26th. Mars being that intense kind of yang energy, cyclical energy, meeting up with the electrical frying energy of Uranus, the genius of Uranus. And this is a square, so it's an internal tension coming about and coming forth. And so I've just observed during that day and observed those who take on the role of Mars or Uranus. This could be, the tendency with this is for it to be sudden like exclamations of anger or intensity. So observe and watch for those roles being played. And then near the end of the month, we have the Pluto moon squares, oppositions, and conjunctions. And so on the 6th, we have moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto, but it's actually a powerful day. I call it a power day. And then on the 13th, the moon in Taurus will square Pluto. And so that could be an emotional blowout day. Just moon is the mother, the feminine. So tread carefully. And then on the 20th, the moon in Leo oppose Pluto. That's actually a power day, but there could be some emotional intensity anytime moon Pluto hits. And then near the end of the month, around that time of the Mars Uranus, we have the 28th moon in Scorpio will square Pluto. But that will also be a powerful day as well. That's after the Mars Uranus square. And I think that's all to share. Remember, if you want to experiment with the human design gates, you can always meditate on the gates. You could always open your gap and sit and open up the energy and see how that gate feels to you. Because the gates are actually like little energetic fields within our aura that we can step into and experience at any time. And so, in conclusion, or in summary, this month, June, will be a month of reprieve. A lot of us went through very, very difficult endings and transitions in the beginning of May. And that had to do with the full moon, Scorpio eclipse, and then the eclipse from the Aries eclipse from the 19th of April. And those will continue, of course, the influence. The influence of those is 6 months to a year. But for now, we can focus on moving things forward. June is a very bright and steady flame in order to hold our awareness through what we need to focus on and get done. Wish you all the best this month, and feel free to like and subscribe. And take care.